Hello viewers, I hope you enjoyed that performance. Um, a lot of you from watching it would have probably worked out the handling to it, but I do have to say it's not as easy to do as you'd think. It will take a lot of practice, practice and practice, especially getting the muscles in your hands to get used to doing certain moves, which we'll get to when we get to them. It's the trick by Ed Marlo. He does it in a three-stage performance. I only done two because I've got a bit of a dodgy thumb. I nearly chopped the top of my thumb off when I was younger, and the feeling in it's not very good for riffling cards. Not feeling the cards, if you know what I mean. Bit of a numb thumb. So I didn't do the third part, but I'll do a tutorial on the third part, so you can do it in completeness. Right. There is a simple setup, as you'd probably imagine. I mean, you're just using a normal deck, as you can see. No setup in the deck at all. It can be shuffled. And all you need is the 4 aces and 3 other cards. And you set it up with, well, I always do it with the ace of spades and the ace of diamonds on the uppermost of the pack. 3 in different cards, and then your other 2 aces, whatever way you want them, on the bottom. And have them all squared up. Now it is quite angle sensitive, this one, so doing it on camera is a lot harder than doing it to somebody live, because doing it live, well, you can't rewind your eyes, you can't slow down, and you can't get a second look, can you? So if you make any little flashes, you just might get away with them, but you will have to practice on your angles. Right, as I say, start off with them like that. Pick up the 4 aces, well, 7 cards, and you're just doing a scan your spread. And if you don't know what it is, I'm not going to go into depth now, but I'll give you a quick insight. You're basically just pulling the bottom card with your fingers, so you're revealing 1 ace. Then you're getting the second card to show another ace. Then you're just pulling the top one. Oh, I pull too many. Get a better grip. Pull the bottom one, but pull it down. Then go like that, and then just rest your thumb on the top card and slide. And again, I've flashed. But you're showing 4 aces basically and hiding them 3. And they've always got to be in the middle of the 4 cards. It's a way of showing 4 cards and hiding other cards. And the cards you're hiding have always got to be in the middle. So again, you just get a firm grip, top and bottom. Pull the bottom one, pull the second one, hold the top one, and pull out, and you show 4 aces, and I'm spreading again. Good job, this is the tutorial, isn't it? Well, let's see. You show the 4 aces. Now as you close up, you need to get a break above them 2 bottom aces. So all you do is just put your finger on the back of what is the ace of diamonds, just to cause a little gap. So when you close up, you get like a little pinky break in there. Because then you're going to go into a gambler's cup where you just pull the cards down in your hand, pull them up, grab at the top, turn them over, and you've stole them 2 cards in your hand. Make sure you bend your fingers so the card bends into your palm, so it doesn't stick out like that, it bends in. See what I mean? And keep your hand angled. Don't go too far that way because you'll flash, and certainly don't go that way. So you need to keep your hand, as I say, you'll have to work on your angles. So as you turn that over, you're then picking this pack up as you're putting them down. So you got them cards sticking out slightly at the back. And you just square up with your thumb. As because I turn the pack all the way over there, do a little rotation with it. So you've got them into a gambler's cup. You want to have them roughly about there. So it's like on your middle finger and straight across. So it's hidden. So that when you pick the cards up, it can't be seen. If you've got it too high up, you'll flash it. So you just need it just back into your hand a bit, just so you can pick them up. Don't turn your hand too far that way because they'll see that. Keep your hand straight because you've got everything covered as you put them down. Then you just put your thumb at the back so it touches onto the back of them cards. And as you turn your hand over, I'll do this way. As you turn your hand over, all you're doing is pushing that in so they don't get to see them as you carry on rotating the pack over. so the top is facing this way. So then you can break off 4 little packs. So the situation now is you've got 2 aces on the top of there, and you've got 3 indifferent cards followed by the other 2 aces. Now in Ed Marlo's performance, he just picks the cards up and straight away deals the top one down. I think it's a bit better if you just give a little flash of the bottom card, the C and an ace, peel the top card off, put it down there. Then I just do, like you do on your scan your spread, I'm just pulling the bottom card out. So just pull the bottom card, get a better grip, pull the bottom card out, and then turn over that pack of 3 cards as one to show the ace of diamonds. Put it back down and immediately slide the top card off, which is another indifferent card, put it onto the second pile. Then I do the same thing again. I pull the bottom card out and show the ace of spades, because they're just seeing the ace of diamonds. So you show the ace of spades first, then show the ace of diamonds. Just put the 2 cards together and pull off again just the top card and a different one. Leaves you with your 2 aces, and they just go straight onto that pack. So straight away, job's done, isn't it? You got the 4 aces on there. Then I put them together by putting the 4th pack with the aces on the top onto the 3rd one, the first one onto the 2nd one, and then that one onto the top of there. So you're doing dump, dump, dump. Don't do it that way, because you stump then. You go, because it looks a bit silly if you go dump, dump, and like that. So always go 4 to 3, 1, and like that. So it's a continuous motion. So say you've already got the 4 aces on the top. Do your little magic move and turn over the 4 cards. And you see you got the 4 aces. Now that's stage 1. Now again, Ed Marlo in stage 2, I mean, I left them all straight like that, and then just cut 4 little packets and put them down. But if you're doing it in a live situation, try turning them slightly to the side. Now this will probably flash really badly on the camera because the camera's up here. You want people over in that direction. And make sure you square the packs up, because you can do a little convincer as you're doing this. Because what you're doing is picking each of the aces up and palming them. Instead of putting them on the packs, you're palming them. So I just push down at the top corner, and as you can see, that edge bobbles up, which makes it easier for your thumb to catch. So you push on the top, in the middle, grab hold of it with your thumb at the bottom in the middle, and then just slide your fingers down the card to pick it up, so you're holding on the bottom edge. Then as you're turning it around, all you're doing is using your middle finger to push it into like a copped position deep down in your hand. So you push at the top, pick it up, slide your fingers down it, turn it around, cop it, put it down, and as you're putting it down, you can take them 3 fingers out, but you want to have it, I mean, practice it first, just picking the card up and putting it onto the pack, and you'll see your fingers come out, because you end up holding it between your thumb and your first finger. So that's the natural move. I say always try and make your magic moves look natural, which is that. So you pick it up, you copy, and you put it down. And as you're coming away, just knock the card a bit, just knock that pack a little bit, and make a card go off skew. And it looks like you just dropped one down there. And as I say, you've got the card in your hand, but you can't go too far that way because you'll flash, and you can't come too far this way because you'll flash, and you can't go up. So just get that back into a good position. So you just put that one down. Then you just do the same thing again. You push, because you're doing it to people that way, you want to keep the back of your hand towards them. As you push on the top, again, pick it up at the bottom, slide your fingers down. Now I always find it handier to hold it between them first 2 fingers. So when you pull it around, you can grab it between your thumb and your first finger, and then that middle finger takes over, pulls it in so it squares up with that one, as again you go to put it down. And again, just knock the pack, just make the top card go a bit off centre. Same again, push on the top, slide your fingers down, pick it up, show it out. And another thing about doing it that way is you're hiding the card. Because as you can see, it's sticking out there, but if I do that, it gets hidden underneath the bulk of the hand, and it's hidden more from that way because your hand's turned. So again, you bring it around, you square it up with them, you put down, and you just knock the cards. Then you do it with the last one, but on this one you're going to be putting all the cards down onto the pack and coming away clean. So you just put all 4 aces onto there. I won't run through that again because I've just done it 4 times, so you can pick up the way we're doing it. But it's simply just pushing on the top, grabbing with your thumb at the bottom, slide your fingers down, pull it around, pushing it in with that finger to get into the cop position, and that's where you roughly want it, just over the middle joint, the joint on your thumb, so it's like on the middle of the pad, and stretched across your hand. And again, you're just bending the card into your hand so it can't be seen. So once you've done that, again, pick up 4, put it onto 3, pick up 1 and put it onto 2, and then pick up the 3rd and put it onto that one. Again, job's done, isn't it? Magic move, and you can turn over the 4 aces. So that's stage 2. What I done there, because that's as far as I was going with it, is I just spread the cards out, and that's just to show that there's no other aces anywhere in the pack, in case they think you're using duplicates. So that's the only reason I done that. But what Ed Marlo done was he then reversed the bottom half of the pack. So it's just like a simple pass. You're just breaking off half the pack, getting a break in about half the pack, just pulling the top half forward from the back so it tilts, and you've got all your hand covering the front there. Then all you're doing is just using your fingers just to turn that packet over underneath. Or you can just, instead of turning it all the way over, pull it straight and then just drop that one onto it, you know, into like a square motion. But make sure you don't flash cards. So it's just pulling it up, turning it over, putting it down, and you've got the pack half and half. Because this last part is a triumph effect. Then what you do is you pick the pack up and you just angle it a bit towards yourself. Make sure they don't get a glimpse of the back. Because what you want to be doing, you don't want them seeing in there, because you're just seeing them changing. And that's what you're looking for. So as you're picking up that first ace, you're riffling through the pack till you get to the first face up card. And that's where you put that ace in, right on the top of that. Then you riffle off, as you go to pick up the next ace, you riffles off another 3 cards, sticks that ace in. Then you riffle off another 3 and stick a 3rd card in, and riffle off another 3 and put the last card in. So situation is you've got the ace, 3 face-up cards, an ace, 3 face-up cards, an ace, 3 face-up cards and an ace, and then the rest of the pack. So you've got your 4 aces sticking out the pack. So people think they're going in different places. And as you push them in, you want to get a break above that top one. So you just put them on a bit of an angle, and as you push it, you get the corner of it coming out that side, which you just pull down on as you square up. And straight away you got a pinky break right above that top ace. Because I did say it's a triumph effect. So what he does then, he splits the top half of the pack off and fans it out to show that they're all face down. Now be careful turning this over, because you've got face up cards underneath the top one. You don't want that top card moving. So you just pick it up and you put that down as you square these back up. And then you riffle them in together. But when you're riffling them, you got to remember that you've got a block of cards in there with the aces, and it's 4, 8, 12, 13 cards. 4, 8, 12, 13 cards. So you've got a block of 13 cards that you need to keep together. So what you do is you start doing a bit of a riffle, and when you think you're getting close to it, hold back, carry on riffling them down, but you need to keep, see, my thumb's dodgy, you need to keep 3 cards back in this hand. So you riffle down, keep 3 cards back, drop all of them, and then drop the 3 cards on the top, and then square them in together. So everybody thinks you've just gone and mixed a face-up deck into a face-down deck. But in reality, all you've done is put them together with the 4 aces facing down in 4, 8, 12 and 16th position. So you just riffled them together. And you go, right, I'm going to deal a couple of cards down. I'm going to deal 4 hands. I'm going to see what we end up with. Then he deals down 4 hands. And as you can see, the first 3 are all face up. Every card in them are face up, but your hand is face down. And once you've done the 4th, you can just put them down. Spread them out the way a bit to show that you had 4 of them. And spread the deck to show that the entire pack has turned face up, apart from these 4 face down ones, which you then reveal to show the 4 aces. I say that's the way he finishes it, with a little ace triumph, he calls it. I say I didn't do it because I've lost most of the feeling in my thumb, so it's a bit awkward trying to keep count of 3 cards. I can do it with 1 and 2, that's no problem, but 3, 4 and 5 always mixes me up. You don't care about that, I don't care about that, I do what I can do. Anyway, I say it's not as easy as it looks. Will take you a lot of practice, especially getting your hand muscles used to doing the palm move and getting them to go square in at the back. Because you will find as you start off, you'll be picking the first one up and putting that in. Then you'll be picking the second one up and you'll be grabbing it in a different position. So when you're putting it in, it'll go off skew. And when it's off skew, it makes it awkward to keep hold of. And because it goes wider, it's harder to cover and more chance of flashing. So do practice. I hope you liked it anyway. Well, I'll see you later, won't I?